Jumanji the Next Level. Before I get into the movie, I'm going to let you know what happened before the actual movie started. Here's how dumb my theater is. If you don't know what happens, most of the time before the movie there are trailers. Now, you're not stupid for not thinking that. Here's what happened. What happens is that trailers are not already put on to the actual film before the film. The theater managers put the trailers on before the movie. They choose the trailers. Well, a couple months back, me and my buddy were going to see, I think it was Zombieland Double Tap. And they played a trailer for the movie Overlord. And I thought, well, I've heard that there is an Overlord 2 being talked about, but I didn't know they already shot it. Then it just said Overlord this summer. And I'm like, oh, that's the trailer for the first one. Well, what happens in this one? The movie starts, I went to it with my uncle and my cousin. And we're sitting there, and all of a sudden Seth Rogen pops up on the screen. I don't think he has a whole lot of films coming out soon that even has a trailer out. So it was really surprising. Well, then Joseph Gordon-Levitt pops up, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? They played the trailer for The Night Before. That came out, I believe, in 2016. 2015, 2016. That happened, and me and my uncle just started looking at each other like, did they make a sequel? Are they going to make a sequel? Well, it just said The Night Before. And I was just sitting there like, oh, wow. And the only other trailer that we got was Birds of Prey, the fabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn, which I am super excited about. I love Margot Robbie. I love me some Harley Quinn. And I love me some DC movies. Why would you not put a Star Wars trailer when that's the only other new movie that you're getting all fucking year? And why would you play a movie trailer from 2016 or 2015 when you aren't even going to be playing it? Now, my theater will be showing 2 Christmas movies, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and The Polar Express in theaters night after night for 2 nights only for free. Now, if you would have been showing The Night Before, fine. Show a trailer and then people would know. But you aren't showing that movie. Why would you show a trailer for that? It's better than going there and seeing a movie that's going to be rated PG. Now, this movie, Jumanji The Next Level, let's get into the actual review. I liked the first one a lot. I did not love it as much as other people. I think it's a good movie. It's one I'm going to watch time after time after time after time. Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart, Karen Gillan, Jack Black, and Nick Jonas are back, as well as Alex Wolff, who also who really proved himself as an actor after Jumanji with Hereditary. With Hereditary, he really proved himself as an actor. He's a good little actor. Spencer is coming home from college, and he is supposed to meet his friends. Bethany, Fridge, and I can't remember the girl's name for the life of me, but they recently had a falling out, him and his girlfriend, they decided to take the Ross and Rachel approach and take a break. So he goes back home. Danny DeVito is home, is staying at his house with Judith from 2.5 Men, who in the first film played Spencer's mom, and she's back in this one. Spencer goes back into the game. The crew has to go back into the game and save him and try and beat the game one more time. This time, everybody is a different character besides Meredith, I think her name is. Meredith or Marcia or something like that. This time, Fridge is Jack Black instead of Kevin Hart. Danny DeVito is The Rock, and Danny Glover is Kevin Hart, and of course you have Karen Gillan as the same character. It was really entertaining for a while. Then it got a little bit old. Danny DeVito, or The Rock portraying Danny DeVito got old real quick. Don't worry, I am wearing pants. I am just wearing shorts. It's a good idea. It just got old real fast. For a 2-hour movie, it got old about 1 hour in. And I really like Danny DeVito, and I love The Rock. I love The Rock. The Rock hasn't made a terrible, downright terrible movie. He's made some mediocre shit. Yes, he has. But not a downright F to D minus to even to a D movie. He's always made decent quality, and he does decent quality here. But I think this is due to the screenplay. I think they relied on this too much, and I think that they realized that, and that's when Awkwafina comes in. Awkwafina comes in, and at one point you realize, and you would know if you watched if you watched any trailer after the second trailer, that Bethany does go back in to the game, and she's all of a sudden a horse, and she is changed back into Jack Black, and everybody is back to their normal forms. Awkwafina comes in, and I'm not going to spoil why she's there, but it's pretty easy to tell why she is there. But they switched him around, and I really liked what Awkwafina did with the Danny DeVito character. The Rock is not Danny DeVito, and Kevin Hart is not Danny Glover let's try it again. They are not the same characters through the whole movie. And I think that's a good option, because if you do one joke, then yeah, it can be sometimes very, very funny. And there are some laugh out loud, die hard moments in this movie. But a lot of the jokes are the same jokes over and over and over again. Kevin Hart is unbelievably funny. He's one of the best parts, but I'm going to sit here and tell you that Karen Gillan is the person who stole the show for me. I know Kevin Hart's humor. I like Kevin Hart's humor. But Karen Gillan has grown into quite a little actress. And if this is Jack Black's last role, which it's being rumored that he's going to retire after this, I don't know if he will, especially with the ending of this movie. This movie could be the final one, because if you don't get Jack Black back, you aren't going to have the whole cast back. Jack Black is one of those actors that is just die-hard funny playing Bethany. He's so freaking good at playing Bethany. And in this movie, when he turns back into Bethany, you feel like, oh, you are watching the first movie again, but it's better. Because he hams it up. He plays that teenage girl better than he did in the first one. Then I sat there and thought about it. The action is way better. Well, it's better done in this one. And the comedy is a lot more hit and miss in this movie, but everybody is so good that it makes it work. But the more you go on through the film, or that I went through the film, I thought that the film started to drag a little bit. This film felt longer than the first one. Longer than the second one, because the first one is the Robin Williams 90s Jumanji. The Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle is the second movie, and the next level is the third movie. They do set up a fourth movie, which I will get into in a mild spoiler, which I don't think you guys will really care, because we know that this movie is going to make bank. It's going to make its budget back, but with Star Wars coming out after this time instead of before it, this movie is not going to make as much money. This movie is still going to make bank. But I thought this film was a good film, not as good as the first one, but it's still worth a watch, and I am going to pick this one up once it goes down cheap enough. I am going to give Jumanji: The Next Level a B-. I enjoyed it for what it was. I had fun, I laughed, and all that good stuff. But I am going to say a mild spoiler and tell you what happens after the end credits, or after like two end title cards, like directed by and produced by. Then it goes into a little scene where Judith, I am sorry, I know her name is not really Judith, but that's who she is to me. I'm sorry. And this other guy go down to the basement, and he starts messing with the game. We cut back to the ending of the movie, and you see that animals are running around the whole entire city now. And what I think is going to happen, they're going to have to figure out a way to get the characters out of the game. Because if you don't have The Rock, Kevin Hart, Nick Jonas, Karen Gillan, and Jack Black come back, the movie won't make as much money. That's the reason people went to the first one, because it's The Rock, Kevin Hart, Karen Gillan, Nick Jonas, and Jack Black. So if you're gonna make a fourth movie, fine. I'm looking forward to it, but you need to do it well. And I feel like they might be going for the feel of the first one again, and I'm not down for that. I am not down for that. I am not excited for it. I am a little bit annoyed that they couldn't come up with a little bit of a better idea for this movie as well, because it pretty much is the same movie again. It's just that roles are reversed. Not everybody is the same characters. There's the change. Check out my review for A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, and stay tuned for a DVD and Blu-ray update later today, as well as reviews for a lot of Hallmark movies this week. And you'll be getting reviews for episodes 4, 5, and 6 of Star Wars. I already have reviews of The Force Awakens, and I already have a review up for The Last Jedi. Thursday, I'm going at 6 o'clock to go and see The Rise of Skywalker, and I'm really excited about that. And that'll probably be the end of the 2019 new release, theatrical release reviews. I could see another one, but I will see you guys next time.